400 years, audiences have delighted in Shakespeare's stories of history, tragedy, and romance. But not every audience member has been equally delighted, have they? Confess. As I tell students, though, Shakespeare did not write his plays to torture beleaguered students. He would be very surprised to hear that his plays are so venerated. Nope, he was writing for commercial pursuits, looking for the next big blockbuster to keep his theater company and his own personal finances afloat. He wrote what would appeal to the wealthy lords and ladies in the best seats, but also to the groundlings who paid a penny to stand in the yard. In fact, it paid to keep the groundlings happy because if they weren't happy, they could easily start yelling at the actors, or if they weren't particularly displeased, throw rotten vegetables. The reason his stories are still known, studied, performed, and enjoyed is because underneath is a human story of our deepest longing to be known and loved and the things which happen to prevent that, even walls of anger or sarcasm which we throw up to protect ourselves. Thankfully, tonight is a comedy, so we know that a happy ending will come. But along the way, we come perilously close to tragedy. If this was Romeo and Juliet instead of Claudio and Hero, the friar's plan would go terribly, tragically wrong. In Much Ado, the same terrible plan brings a much happier outcome. So, laugh out loud, applaud, join the fun. The better the audience, the better the performance. I promise that no rotten vegetables will be needed, as our theater company will keep you well entertained. So sit back and enjoy Much Ado About Nothing.
I find here in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina.
He is very near by this. He was not really exhausted when I left him.
How many gentlemen have you lost in his action?
But few of any sort, and none of name.
A victory is twice itself when the achiever hath been home full numbers. I see here that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor on a young Florentine called Claudio.
Much deserved on his part. He hath borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing in the figure of a lamb the feats of a lion.
I pray you, is Signor Montanto returned from the wars or no?
I know none of that name, lady.
My cousin means Signor Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as ever he was.
I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many hath he killed? For I promise to eat all of his killing.
Faith, niece, you tax Signor Benedict too much, but he'll be meet with you, I doubt it not.
He was a good soldier, lady.
And a good soldier too, a lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
It is so indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man, but for the stuffing, well, we are all mortal.
You must not mistake my niece, sir. There is a type of merry walk betwixt Signor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
Alas, he gets nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off, and now is the whole man governed with one. Who is his companion now? He had every month a new sworn brother.
Is possible?
Very easily possible. He wears his spade, but as the fashion of his hat, it never changes with the next block.
I see, lady. The gentleman is not in your books.
No, and he were, I would burn my study. But I pray you, who is his companion?
He is most in the company of the right and noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. God help the noble Claudio. If he had caught the Benedict, it'll cost him £1,000 ere he be cured.
I will hold friends with you, lady.
Do, good friend.
You will never run mad, niece.
No, not till a hot January.
Don Pedro's approach.
Good Signor Leonato, are you come to meet your trouble? The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace.
I think this is your daughter.
If Leonato be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders for all Messina, as like him as she is.
I wonder that you will still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
My dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die while she hath such meat food to feed it as Signor Benedict? Courtesy must convert to disdain if you come in her presence.
Then is courtesy a turncoat, for it is certain I am loved of all women, excepting, of course, you. And I would I had it in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
A dear happiness to women. Or else they'd be troubled with a pernicious suitor. I'd rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind, else some gentleman or other might escape a predestinate scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, and 'twere such a face as yours were.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue, and so good a continuer, but keep your way, in God's name I have done.
You always end with a jade trick. I know you of old.
Signor Claudio and Signor Benedict, my dear friend Leonato hath invited you all to stay here at the least a month.
Being reconciled to the prince, your brother, I owe you all duty.
I thank you. I'm not of many words, but I thank you.
Please at your grace lead on.
Your hand, Leonato. We will go together.
Benedict, dost thou note the daughter of Signor Leonardo?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady? I pray thee, speak in sober judgment.
Why, in faith, methinks she's too little for a high praise, too brown for a fair praise, and too small for a great praise. Only this commendation I can afford her, that, were she other than she is, she were unhandsome.
Thou thinkest I am in sport. I pray thee, tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Yea, and a case to put it into. But, speak you this with a sad brow?
In my eyes, she is the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. There's her cousin, and she when up possessed with a fury, surpasses her as much in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But I hope you've no intent to turn husband, have you?
I would scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary if Hero would be my wife.
Has it come to this? Will I never see a bachelor of 80 again? Go to, in faith, and thou wilt needs thrust thy neck into a yoke.
What secret hath held you here?
I would your grace would constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy allegiance.
Here, Count Claudio, I can be secret, but on my allegiance. Mark you this, on my allegiance. He is in love! With who? Now, that is your grace's part. Mark how short his answer is. With Hero, Leonardo's short daughter.
Amen. If you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my two-faced and trust, my lord, I spoke mine.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic, in despite of beauty.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her most humble thanks. But all women shall pardon me. I will live a bachelor.
I shall see thee, ere I die, look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord. Never with love.
Well, as time shall try, in time the savage bull doth bear the yoke.
Nay, mock not. Ere you flouted ends any further, examine your conscience. And so I leave you.
Hath Leonardo any son, my lord?
No child but Hero, she's his only heir. If thou dost love fair Hero, cherish it, and I will break with her and with her father, and thou shalt have her.
But lest my liking might too sudden seem, I would have stabbed her with a longer treatise.
I will fit thee with the remedy. I know we shall have revelling tonight. I will assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair Hero I'm Claudio. And in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart, and then to her father will I break, and the conclusion is, she shall be thine.
Why are you thus out of measure sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that breeds. Therefore, the sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
I cannot hide what I am.
Yea, but you must not make full show of this, so you may do it without controlment. You have of late set out against your brother. It is needful that you frame the season for your own harvest.
I had rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace. And it better fits my blood to be the stain of all than to fashion a carriage to rob love from any. It must not be denied. But I am a plain dealing villain. I am trusted, but with a muzzle. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. But in the meantime, let me be that I am and seek not to alter me. What news, Baraccio?
I can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Will it serve for any model to build mischief on?
Mary is your brother's right hand.
Who? The most exquisite, Claudio?
Even he.
Which way looks he?
Mary on Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonardo. I heard it agreed upon that the prince should woo her for himself, and having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
This may prove food to my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him in any way, I bless myself everywhere. You are both sure and will assist me.
To the death, my lord. Was not Count John here at supper?
I saw him not. How tartly that gentleman looks. I never can see him, but I'm heartburned an hour after.
He is of a very melancholy disposition.
He were a man that were made just in the midway between him and Signor Benedict. The one says nothing, the other is evermore tattling.
Then have Signor Benedict's tongue in Count John's mouth, and have Count John's melancholy in Signor Benedict's face.
With a good leg and a good foot, uncle, and money enough in his purse, such a man could win any woman in the world if he could get her goodwill.
By my troth, niece, thou wilt never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
Just, if he send me no husband, for the which blessing I lent him upon my knees every morning and evening. Lord, I could not endure a man with a beard on his face. I would rather lie in a woman.
You make light on a husband who hath no beard.
What shall I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? He who hath a beard is more than a youth, and he who hath no beard is less than a man. And he who is more than a youth is not for me, and he who is less than a man, I am not for him.
Well, daughter, I trust you will by your father.
Yes, Faith, it is my cousin's duty to make courtesy and say, Father, as it please you. Yet, for all that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow, or else make another courtesy and say, Father, as it please me.
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make men of some other middle than earth. No, uncle, I'll none.
Daughter, remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that way, you know your answer.
The fault will be in the music, cousin, if you be not wooed in good time.
Make good room. The revelers are entering.
Lady, will you walk about with your friend?
Walk softly, look sweetly, and say nothing. I am yours for the walk, and especially when I walk away.
With me in your company.
When they say so, when I please,
And when please you to say so.
then I'd like to favor, for God forbid it should be like the case.
Speak low. You speak low.
Well, I would you did like me.
So would not I, for your own sake, for I have many ill qualities.
Which is one.
I see my prayers about.
I love you the better. The hearers may cry, Amen.
God match me with a good dancer.
Amen.
I know you well enough. You are Signor Leonardo.
Not a word I am not.
Do you think I do not know you by your excellent wit? You are him.
To tell you true, I cried everything.
You can never do him so ill well unless you're the very man. You are he, you are he.
Not a word I am not.
Come. Go to Grace's home here, and there's an end.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
No, you shall pardon me.
Nor will you not tell me who you are?
Not now.
That I was disdainful, that I had my wit out of the 100 merry tales. This was Signor Benedict that said so.
What's he?
Why, I'm sure you know him well enough. Did he never make you laugh?
I pray you. What is he?
He is the prince's jester, a very dull fool. His only gift is in devising impossible slanders. None but libertines delight in him, and his commendation is not in his wit, but in his villainy. For he will please his men and angers them, and then they laugh at him and beat him. I'm sure he's in the fleet.
When I know you, gentlemen, I will tell him what you say.
Do! We must follow the leaders.
Claudio remains. I know him by his bearing.
Are not you Signor Benedict? You know me well, I read.
Signor, you are very near my brother in his love. He is enamored on Hero. I pray you, dissuade him from her. She is no equal to his birth.
How know you he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection. So did I too. And he swore he would marry her tonight.
Thus answer I in the name of Benedict, but hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so, the prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant, all other things save the office and affairs of love. Therefore, let every heart use their own tongues, and let every eye negotiate for itself, for beauty is a witch against whose charms faith melteth into blood. Farewell, therefore, hero.
Count Claudio, come, will you go with me? The prince hath got your hero.
I wish him joy of her.
Did you think the prince would have served you thus?
I pray you, leave me.
Oh, how you strike like the blind man.
If it would not be, I'll leave you.
Alas, poor hurt foul. Oh, that my lady Beatrice should know me, and not know me, the princess fool. I am not so reputed. It is the base, though bitter disposition of Beatrice that puts the whole world into herself, and so gives me out. Well, I'll be revenged as I may.
Now, Signor, where's the Count? Did you see him?
Troth, I found him here as melancholy as a lodge in a warren. I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace hath gotten the goodwill of this young lady.
The Lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is much wronged by you.
She misused me past the endurance of a block. She told me, not thinking that I had been myself, that I was the princess fool, that I was duller than a great thaw. Huddling jest upon jest, I stood there like a man at a mark, with a whole army firing at me. She speaks poniards, and every word stabs. If her breath were as terrible as her terminations, there were none living near her.
Look, here she comes.
Would your grace command me any embassage to the world's end? I would do you any service to the ends of the earth, rather than hold 3 words conference with this harpy. You have no employment for me?
None. But to desire your good company.
Oh, sir, here's a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
I have brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
How now, Count? Wherefore art thou sad?
Not sad, my lord.
How then, sick?
The Count is neither sad, nor sick, nor merry, nor well, but civil Count, civil as an orange, and something of that jealous complexion.
In faith, lady, I think you're blazoned to be true, though I'll be sworn if he be so, his conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I've wooed in thy name, and fair hero is won. I've broke with her father, and his goodwill obtained. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Count, take of me my daughter, and with her my good fortune. His grace hath made the match, and all grace, say amen to it.
Speak, Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours.
Speak, cousin, or, if you cannot, stop his mouth with a kiss, and let him not speak neither.
In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Yea, I fake it, poor fool. It keeps me on the windy side of care. My cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart. Good Lord, for alliance! Thus goes everyone to the world but I. And I am sunburnt. I may sit in a corner and cry, hey ho, for a husband.
Will you have me, lady?
No, my lord. Unless I might have another for working days. Your grace is too costly to wear every day. But I beseech your grace pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
To be merry best becomes you, for out of question you were born in a merry hour.
Yea, my lord. My mother cried, and then a star danced, and under that I was born. I cry you mercy, uncle, by your grace's pardon.
By my troth, a pleasant-spirited lady, though she cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
Nay, for she mocks all her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Lord, my lord, if they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
County Claudio, when means you to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord. Time will impress till love have all its rights.
Not till Monday, my dear son, which is hence a just 7 nights and a time too brief to have all things answer my mind.
Come, I warn thee, Claudio, the time will not go dully by us. I will undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, the one with the other. I would fain have it a match, and I doubt not but to fashion it, if you three will but minister such assistance as I shall give thee direction.
My lord, I am for you.
And I, my lord.
And you, gentle hero?
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband.
I will teach you how to humor your cousin, that she fall in love with Benedict. And I, with your 2 helps, will so practice on Benedict, that despite his quick wit and his queasy stomach, he shall fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods.
It is so. The Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonardo.
Yea, my lord, but I can cross it.
Any bar, any cross, any impediment. Whatever so comes aboard his affection, bridges evenly with mine. How canst thou cross this marriage?
I think I told your lordship a year since how I'm in the favor of the Lady Margaret, the waiting gentlewoman to Hero. I can, at any unseasonable instant of the night, appoint her to look out at her lady's chamber window.
What like is in that to be the death of this marriage?
The poison in that lies in you to temper. Go you to the prince and Count Claudio, and tell them you know Hero loves me. They will scarcely believe this without trial. So they will come to her chamber window, hear me call Margaret Hero, and come to see this very night before the intended wedding. And in the meantime, I will so fashion the matter that Hero shall be absent, and there will be such seeming truth of her disloyalty that jealousy shall be called assurance, and all the preparation overthrown.
Be cunning in the working this, and thy fee is 1,000 ducats.
Much wonder that one man, seeing how much another is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And in such a man as Claudio. I had known when there was no music in him, but the drum and the pipe. Now had he rather hear the tabor and the pipe. I had known when he would walk 10 miles afoot to see a good piece of armor. Now will he lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion of a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. Now is he turned orthography. His words are a fantastical banquet. Just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I think not. Love will never make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be. That is certain. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Mild, or come not near me. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Noble, or not I for an angel. Of good discourse, an excellent musician, and her hair shall be of what color it please God. Ha! The prince and Monsieur Love. I will hide me in the arbor.
See you where Benedict hath hid himself.
Oh, very well, my lord.
Come, we'll hear that song again.
Oh, good my lord, tax not so bad a voice to slander music any more than once.
Nay, I pray thee, or if thou wilt hold longer argument, do it in notes.
Now divine air, now is his soul ravished. Is it not strange that sheep's guts should hail souls out of men's bodies? Well, a horn for my money when all's done.
Sigh no more, ladies, sigh no more, for men deceive us ever. One foot on sea and one on shore, to one be constant clever. Then sigh not so, but let them go, and be you wide and value. Comforting all your sounds of love into hey noddy, noddy, no.
By my troth, a good song.
And you can little singer, my lord.
Ha, no, thou sing'st well enough.
And she had been a dog that had howled thus, it would have hanged her.
Yea, Mary, dost thou hear? I pray thee, get us some excellent music, for tomorrow night we would hear it at the Lady Hero's chamber window.
The best I can, my lord.
Come hither, Leonato. What was it you told me of today? That your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict?
I did never think that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither, but so wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedict, who in all outward behaviors she seemed ever to abhor.
Is it possible? Sits the wind in that corner?
I cannot tell what to think of it, my lord, but that she loves him with an enraged affection, it is past the infinite of thought.
Maybe she doth but counterfeit.
Faith, like enough.
Counterfeit? There was never counterfeit came so near the life of passion.
Why? What effects of passion shows she?
Bait the hook well. This fish will bite.
What effects, my lord? You or my daughter tell you how?
She did indeed.
How, I pray you. You amaze me. I would have thought her spirit were invincible to all assaults of affection.
As would I, my lord, especially against Signor Benedict.
I should think this a gull, but that the white-bearded fellow speaks it.
He attained the infection. Hold it up.
Hath she made her affections known to Benedict?
Nay, and swears she never will. That's her torment.
'Tis true indeed. So your daughter says, shall I, says she, to have so often counted him with scorn, write to him that I love him?
This says she now, when she's beginning to wake him, for she'll be up 20 times a night, and there will she sit in her smock, till she have writ a full sheet of paper, only to tear it to 1,000 halfpence, and rail herself that she should be so immodest.
Then down upon her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses, oh sweet Benedict, God give me patience!
It is very true.
It were good if Benedict knew of it by someone else, if she will not discover it herself.
To what end? He would make but a sport of it and torment the poor lady worse.
She is an excellent, sweet lady, and virtuous.
And she is exceeding wise.
Ah, in everything but in loving Benedict.
Hero thinks surely she would die. For she said she would die if he loved her not, and she would die if he wooed her. And she would die if he wooed her rather than she obeyed one breath of her accustomed crossness.
She doth well. 'Tis very possible that if she were to make tender of her love, he'd scorn it. For the man, as you know all, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
He hath indeed a good outward happiness.
And very wise.
He doth indeed show some sparks that are like wit.
I take him to be valiant.
Shall we go seek Benedict and tell him of her love?
Never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Nay, for she may wear her heart out first.
Well, let it cool the while. I love Benedict well, and I wish he would modestly examine himself to see how unworthy he is so good a lady.
If he do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let the same net be spread for her, and that will your daughter and her gentlewomen carry. The sport will be when they hold one opinion of another's dotage, in no such matter. That's the scene that I would see. Let us call her to send him in to dinner.
Excellent idea.
This can be no trick. The conference was sadly born. They have the truth of this from Hero. It seems her affections have their full bent. Love me? Why? It must be requited. I hear how I am censured. I must not seem proud. Happy are they that can hear their detractions and put them to mending. I will be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken on me for how long I have railed against marriage, but doth not the appetite alter? A man loves the meat in his youth that he cannot endure in his age. Shall these quips and sentences and these paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor? No! The world must be peopled. When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live till I were married. Oh, here comes Beatrice. By this day, she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Against my will, I'm sent to bid you come into dinner.
Fair Beatrice, I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You take pleasure, then, in the message?
Yea, so much as you may take upon a knight's point. You have no stomach, senor. Very well.
Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner. There's a double meaning in that. I took no more pains for those thanks than you take pains to thank me. That's as much as to say, any pains that I take for you will be as easy as thanks. If I do not take pity of her, I am a villain.
Good Margaret, round thee to the parlor. There shalt thou find my cousin Beatrice. Whisper her ear that Ursula and I walk in the orchard, and our whole discourse is all of her. Bid her steal into the orchard. There shall she hide herself to listen to our propos. This is thy office.
I will make her come.
Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth come, our talk must only be of Benedict. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than ever man did merit. My talk to thee must be how Benedict is sick in love with Beatrice.
Fear you not my part of the dialogue.
Then go we near her, that her ear lose nothing of the false sweet faith that you lay for it. No, truly, Ursula, she is too unstable. I know that her spirits are as coy and wild as the haggards of the rock.
But are you sure that Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince and my neutral good lord. They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I said, if they love Benedict, to wish him wrestle with affection, and never let Beatrice know of it.
What did you so?
Well, nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn ride sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look like. And her wit values itself so highly that to her all matter else seems weak. She cannot love, nor take no shape nor project of affection. She is so self-endeared.
Sure, I think so. And therefore certainly it were not good she knew his love, lest she make sport at it.
Why, you speak truth. I never yet saw a man, how wise, how noble, how young, how rarely featured. But she would spell him backward. So turned she every man the wrong side out.
Sure, such carping is not commendable.
But who dare tell her so? If I should speak, she would mock me into air. She would laugh me out of myself, press me to death with wit.
Yet tell her of it. Hear what she will say.
No! Rather, I shall go to Benedict and counsel him to fight against his passion.
She cannot be so much without true judgment, having as swift and excellent a wit as she is prized to have, as to refuse so rare a gentleman as Signor Benedict.
He hath an excellent good name. Come, go in.
We have caught her, madam.
If it proves so, then loving goes by haps. Some Cupids kill with arrows, and some with traps.
Fires in mine ears. Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much?
Contempt, farewell, and maiden pride adieu. No glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedict, love on, I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand.
I do but stay till your marriage, then go I toward Aragon. I will only be bold with Benedict for his company, for from the crown of his head to the sole of his foot, he is all mirth. He hath twice or thrice cut Cupid's bowstring, and the little hangman dare not shoot at him. He hath a heart as sound as a bell.
Gallants, I am not as I have been.
So say I. Methinks you are sad.
I hope he be in love.
There is no true drop of blood in him that can be truly touched with love. If he be sad, he wants money.
I have the toothache.
What? Sigh for the toothache?
Well, all can master a grief but he that has it.
Yet say I, he is in love.
There's no outward appearance of fancy in him.
If he be not in love with some woman, there's no trusting old signs. He brushes his hat of mornings. What could that bode?
Nay, he rubs himself with civet. Can you smell him out by that?
That's as much as to say, the sweet youth's in love.
The greatest note of it is his melancholy.
And when was he wont to wash his face?
Indeed, that tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude, conclude. He is in love.
Nay, but I know who loves him.
Yet is this no charm for the toothache? Walk aside with me, old senor. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words to speak to you, which these hobby horses must not hear.
For my life, to break with him about Beatrice.
My lord and brother, God save you! If your leisure serve, I would speak with you.
In private,
If it please you, yet the Count Claudio may hear, for what I speak of concerns him.
what's the matter?
Means your lordship to be married tomorrow.
You know he does.
I know not that, but he knows what I know.
If there be an impediment, I pray you, discover it.
Why? What's the matter?
You may think I love you not. Let that appear hereafter. I came hither to tell you the lady is disloyal.
Who? Hero?
Even she, Leonardo's hero, your hero, every man's hero.
Disloyal.
The word is too good to paint out her wickedness. Go with me tonight, and you shall see her chamber window entered, even the night before her wedding day. If you love her then tomorrow, wed her. But it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
May this be so.
I will not think it.
If I see anything tonight, why I should not marry her tomorrow in the congregation where we should wed, there will I shame her.
And I, having wooed for thee to obtain her, will so join with thee to disgrace her.
I will disparage her no farther until you are my witnesses. Bear it coldly until midnight, and let the issue show itself.
Hero. Hero.
Are you good men and true?
Yea, or else it were pity, but they should suffer salvation, body and soul.
Nay, there were a punishment too good for them, if they should have any allegiance in them, being children for the prince's watch. Nay,
Well, give them their charge, neighbor Dogberry.
first, who think you the most desertless man to be constable?
Hugh Oakirk, sir, or... Well, there's George Seacole. They can both write and read.
Maybe we should wait until there's sequel. Ah, there it is. Come hither, neighbor, sequel. To be a well-favored man comes by fortune, but to write and read comes by nature.
Bold which, Master Constable?
You have. I knew it would be your answer. Make no boast of it. If for your writing and reading, let it appear when there is no need for such vanity. You are not here to be the most senseless and fit man to be constable. Therefore, bear you the length. This is your charge. You should comprehend all rank of men, and bid any man stand in the prince's name.
Oh, if one will not stand.
Why then, take no note of him, but let him go, and presently call the rest of the watch, and thank God you're rid of a name.
If he will not stand when he is bidden, he is none of the prince's subjects.
True, and they are to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. Also, make no noise in the streets, for the watch to babble and to talk is the most tolerable and not to be endured.
You would rather sleep than talk. We know it belongs to a watch.
Why, you speak like an ancient and most quiet watchman, for I cannot see how sleeping should offend. Only have a care that your bills be not stolen. Also, go to all the alehouses and bid those that are drunk get them to bed.
How if they will not?
Why then, let them alone till they are sober. And if they not then make you the better answer, you may say they are not the men you took them for.
Well, sir.
If you meet a thief, you may suspect him to be no true man, and the less you are to meddle with him, the more it is for your honesty.
If we know him to be a thief, shall we not lay hands on him?
Truly, by your office you may, but I think the most peaceful way is for you to let him show himself for what he truly is, and to let him steal out of your company.
You have always been called a merciful man, partner.
Truly, I would not hang a dog by my will, like for any man who hath any honesty in him.
If you hear a child cry in the night, you must call to the nurse and bid her still it.
How if nurse be asleep and will not hear us?
Why then, depart in peace, and let the child wake with crying.
Very good.
Well, masters, good night. And if there be any way chances, call up me. Keep your fellows' counsels and your own. And good night. Come, neighbor.
Well, we hear our charge. Let us go stand there upon the church bench till 2, then all to bed.
One more word, honest neighbors. I pray Phil-Mont signaled the announcement door for the wedding being there tomorrow. There shall be a great toil tonight, and do be vigilant, I beseech you. What? Constance!
Stir not.
Constance, I say!
Here, man, I'm at thy elbow. Now forward with thy tale.
Stand thee close, and I will utter all to thee.
Some treason, yet stand close.
Know that I have earned of Don John 1,000 ducats.
Is it possible that any villainy should be so dear?
Thou shouldst rather ask if any villainy should be so rich. For when rich villains have a need of poor ones may make what price they will.
I wonder at it.
I have tonight wooed Margaret, the Lady Hero's gentlewoman by the name of Hero. She leans out at her mistress's chamber window, bids me 1,000 times good night, while the prince, Count Claudio, and Don John lie planted and placed and possessed off in the orchard, and saw this amiable encounter.
And thought they Margaret was Hero?
2 of them did, the prince and Claudio, but the devil my master knew she was Margaret, and partly by his oaths, which did possess them, partly by the dark of night, which did deceive them, but chiefly by my villainy. Away went Claudio, enraged, and swore he would meet her tomorrow morning at the temple, and before the whole congregation, shame her and send her away without a husband. Ha ha ha!
Ricardo, the president, stand! How about the right Mr. Constable? We have here discovered the most dangerous piece of lechery that was ever known in the Commonwealth.
Masters.
Never speak! We charge you, let us obey you to go with us!
Come, well made.
Good Ursula, wake my cousin Beatrice and desire her to rise. Bid her come hither.
I will, my lady.
Meg, I'll wear this.
Oh, by my trust, it's not so good. And I worried your cousin will say so.
Well, my cousin's a fool, and thou art another. I'll wear none of this. Good morrow, cause.
Good morrow, sweet hero.
Why come now? Do you seeking sick tune?
I am out of all other tune, methinks. Oh, ho! 'Tis almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time you were ready. By my troth, I am exceeding ill. Hey ho! For a hawk, a horse, or a husband. What speaks the fool, Trow? Nothing, but God sent everyone their heart's desire.
The gloves the Count sent me, they are an excellent perfume.
I am stuffed, cousin. I cannot smell. Give you some of this distilled herb, Cardus benedictus, and lay it to your heart. It is the only thing for a qualm.
Here thou bringest her with epistles.
Benedictus? Why Benedictus?
You have some moral in this, Benedictus.
Moral? By my troth, I have no moral meaning. I meant plain holy thistle. You may think perchance that I think your
love. Nay, fair lady, I am not such a fool to think that you are in love, or that you will be in love, or that you can be in love. And if Benedict was such another, and now if he become a man, he swore he would never marry, and if now, in despite of his heart, he eats his meat without grudging, and how you may be converted, I know not. But methinks you look with your eyes as other women do.
What is this pace that thy tongue keeps?
Not a false gallant.
Madam, what's wrong? The prince, the count, Signor Benedict, Don John, and all the gallants of the town are coming to fetch you to church.
Oh, heaven's grasp and pause and beg.
Well, what do you with me, honest neighbors? Marry, sir, we have some confidence that concerns you nearly. Be brief, for you see it is a busy time with me. Marry, this it is, sir.
Yes, in truth it is, sir. What is it, good friend?
Gideon Burgess, sir, speaks a little of the matter. A good old man, sir, and his lips are not so lit as, God help, I wish they were, but honest as the skin between his brows.
Yes, I thank God I am as honest as any man living. That is an old man, and no honester than I.
Neighbor, you are tedious.
It pleases your worship to say so, but we are but the poor duke's officers. But truly, for mine own part, if I were as tedious as the king, I would find it in my heart to bestow it all upon your worship. All thy tediousness on me. Yea, but I be but a poor man.
And so am I.
I would fain know what you have to say.
Marry, sir, our watch tonight, accepting your worship's presence, hath taken a couple of as errant knaves as any in Messina.
A good old man, sir. He will be talking. But as they say, when the age is in, the wit is out. I must leave you now. One more word, sir. Our watch, sir, have indeed caught some auspicious persons, and would have them this morning examined beyond your worship. Take their examination unto thyself, and bring it to me.
We are in great haste, as it may appear unto you.
It shall be sufficient. Fare you well. Go, good partner. Go and fetch yourself to Francis Sequel. Bid him bring his petted acorn to the jail. We are now to examination these knaves.
And we must do it wisely.
We will spare for no wits, I warn you. Only get the learned writer to send out an excommunication and meet me at the jail. Come, Friar Francis, be brief.
You come hither to marry this lady?
No.
Oh, to be married to her. Friar, you come to marry her.
You come hither to marry this count?
I do.
If there be any inward impediment which would prevent you from becoming conjoined, I charge you, on your souls, to utter it.
Know you any, hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any, count?
I dare make his answer. None.
Standing by, friar. Father, by your leave, will you give me this maid, your daughter?
As freely, son, as God can give me her.
There, Leonardo, take her back again. Give not this rotten orange to your friend. She is but the sign and semblance of her honor. Behold how like a maid she blushes here. Would you not swear, all you that see her, that she were a maid by these exterior shows? But she is none. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married.
Is my lord well that he doth speak so wise? Sweet prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? I stand dishonored.
Are these things true, or do I but dream?
Sir, they are spoken, and these things are true.
This looks not like a nuptial.
Let me but move one question towards her daughter, and bid she answer truly.
I charge thee, do so as thou art my child.
Oh, God defend me! How I am beset! What kind of catechism called you this?
To make you answer truly to your name.
Is it not hero? Who here can love that name with any just reproach?
Mary, that can hero. Hero itself can blot out hero's virtue. What man was he that talked with you out your window yesternight betwixt 12 and 1?
I talked with no man at that hour, my lord.
Leonardo, I'm sorry you must hear upon my honor. Myself, my brother, and this grieved count did see her, hear her, at that hour last night, speak with a ruffian at her chamber window, who hath indeed, most like a liberal villain, confessed the vile encounters they have had 1,000 times in secret.
Fie! They are not to be named, my lord, not to be spoken of. There is not chastity enough in language, without offense to utter them. Thus, pretty lady, I am sorry for thy much misgovernment.
Oh, hero, what a hero hast thou been! But fare thee well, most foul, most fair. Farewell. For thee I'll lock up all the gates of love.
We're forcing you down!
Come now! These things come thus to light, smother her spirits up.
How doth the lady?
I think, how uncle, hero, why, hero, Uncle Sigmund Benedict, friar!
Oh, fate! Take not away thy heavy hand. Death is the fairest cover for her shame.
How come?
Wherefore? Why doth not every earthly thing cry shame upon her?
Oh, on my soul, my cousin is belied.
Would the two princes lie and Claudio lie, who loved her so that speaking of her foulness washed it with tears? Hence from her, let her die.
Lady, what man is he you are accused of?
They know that you accuse me. I know none. If I know more of any man than that which made in modesty deformed, let all my sins lack mercy. Oh, my father, refuse me, hate me, torture me to death.
There is some strange misprision in the princes.
Two of them have the very bent of honor. And if their wisdoms be misled in this, the practice of it lives in John the Bastard, whose spirit toils in frame of villainies.
Pause a while. Your daughter, the princess left for dead. Let it be a wild captain, and publish it that she is dead indeed.
And what will this do?
This well captain shall change slander to remorse. So will it fare with Count Claudio. When he shall hear that Hero died upon his words, then shall he mourn, and wish he had not so accused him. No, though he thought his accusation true.
Signor Leonato, let the friar advise you in this.
Being that I flow in grief, the smallest twine may lead me.
Come, lady, die to live. Have patience and endure.
Lady Beatrice, have you wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I should not desire that.
You have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely, I do think your fair cousin is wronged.
How much might the man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there a way to show such friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
Can a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
I too love nothing in the world so well as you. Is not that strange?
As strange as the thing I know not. It were as possible for me to say I love nothing so well as you. Yet believe me not, and yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor deny nothing. I am sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear,
Will you not eat your word?
with no sauce that can be devised to it. I protest, I love thee.
Why then, God forgive me.
What offense, sweet Beatrice?
You have stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest that I love you.
Then do it with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that there is none left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything in the world for thee.
Kill Claudia.
Not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny it. Farewell.
Tarry, Beatrice.
I am gone, though I am here. There is no love in you. Nay, I pray you, let me go.
Come, we'll be friends first.
You dare be friends with me, then fight with mine enemy?
Is Claudio thine enemy?
He hath slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman. Oh God, that I were a man, I would eat his heart in the marketplace. Sweet hero,
Hear me,
she
Beatrice.
is wrong, she is slandered, she is undone. I cannot be a man with wishing. Therefore I will die a woman with grieving.
Tarry, Beatrice. By this hand, I love thee.
Use it for my love some other way than swearing by it.
Think you in your soul that Claudio is thine enemy?
Yea, as long as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I am engaged. I shall challenge Claudio, and by this hand, he shall render me a dear account.
Is our whole disassembly here?
Which be the malefactors?
That's if I and my partner.
That's certain. We have the exhibition to examine. No, you must call forth the offenders that are to be examined.
What is your name, friend?
Borachio.
Pray, break down.
Borachio.
And yours?
I am a lady, sir, and my name is Constance.
Write down Mistress Gentlewoman Constance. Masters, it is proved already that you are little better than false names. How answer you for yourselves?
Marry, sir, we say we are none.
A marvelous witty fellow, I assure you, but I'll go about with her. Sir, I say to you, it is proved you are better than false names.
Sir, I say to you, we are none.
Have you written down that they are none?
Master Constable, you go not your way to examine. You must call forth the watch that are their accusers.
Masters, I charge you, in the prince's name, accuse these two.
This man said, sir, that Don John, the prince's brother, was a villain.
Write down Don John the villain.
What heard you him say else?
Married that he had received 1,000 ducats of Don John for accusing the lady hero wrongfully.
Black burglary as ever was committed.
What else, fellow?
That Count Claudio did mean, upon his words, to disgrace her before the whole assembly, and not marry her.
Oh, villain, thou wilt be condemned into everlasting redemption for this.
And this is more, master, that you can deny. Prince John is this morning secretly stolen away. Hero is this man accused, was his married banner refused. And upon a grief of this, suddenly died. Master Constable, let this man be bound and brought to the annals. I will go before and show him their examination.
Come, let there be opinion. Oh, coxcomb! God's my life, where's the sexton? Have her write down the prince's officer, coxcomb. Go, find them. Thou not too violent. No, Devlin, I'm a wise fellow, and which is more, an officer, and which is more, a household, and which is more, as pretty a piece of flesh as any is in Messina. And one that knows the law go to. Go, bring them away. Oh, then I've been written down, a coxcomb.
Goodeen, Goodeen.
Good day to both of you.
Here you, my lord.
We have some haste, Leonato.
Some haste, my lord. Well, all is one. Are you so hasty now?
Nay, do not quarrel with us, good old man.
If he could write himself with quarreling, some of us would lie low.
Who wrongs him?
Mary, thou dost wrong me, thou dissembler. I speak not like a dotard nor a fool. You have so wronged my innocent child and I, thy slander hath gone through and through her heart, till she lies dead, buried in a grave where never scandal slept, framed by thy villainy.
My villain.
Thine, Claudio, thine, I said.
You say not right, old man.
God knows I love my daughter, and she is dead, slandered to death by villains. Let him answer me.
My heart is sorry for your daughter's death, but on my honor she was charged with nothing but what was true and very full of proof. Ah, see, here comes the man we went to seek.
Good day, my lord.
Welcome, Signor. You are almost come to part almost afraid.
We had like to have our two noses snapped off by two old people without teeth.
I have come to seek you both.
And we have been up and down to seek thee, for we are high for melancholy, and would fain have it beaten away. Wilt thou use thy wit?
It is in my scabbard. Shall I draw it?
I bid thee, draw. Draw, as we do the minstrels. Draw to pleasure us.
As I'm an honest man, he looks pale. Art thou sick or angry? I think he'd be angry indeed.
If he be, he knows how to turn his girdle.
Shall I speak a word in your ear?
God bless me from a challenge.
Thou art a villain, Claudio. I jest not. I will make it good how you dare, with what you dare, and when you dare. You have killed a sweet and innocent lady, and her death shall fall heavy upon you. Let me hear from you.
Well, I will meet with you, so that I may have a good cheer.
But when shall we set the savage bull's horns on the sensible Benedict's head?
Yea, in text underneath, here lies Benedict, the married man.
Fare you well. You know my mind. My lord, for your many courtesies, I thank you. Your brother the bastard has fled Messina. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. For my lord Lackbeard there, he and I shall meet.
He is in earnest,
Most profound earnest, and I warrant thee for the love of Beatrice.
and hath challenged thee.
Most sincerely.
But, soft you, let me be. Did he not say that my brother was fled?
Did indeed.
How now, two of my brother's companions bound? What offense have these done?
Nay, sir, they have committed false reports. Moreover, they have spoken untruth. Secondarily, they are slanderers. Sixth and lastly, they have belied the lady. Thirdly, they have verified unjust things. And to conclude, they are lying names.
Who have you offended, masters, that you are thus bound to your answer? This learned constable is far too cunning to be understood. What's your offense?
Sweet prince, I have deceived even your very eyes. What your wisdoms could not discover, these shallow fools have brought to light. Who in the night overheard me confessing how Don John incensed me to slander the lady hero. How you saw me court Margaret in hero's garments. How you disgraced her when you should marry her. My villainy they have upon record, which I would rather seal with my death than repeat over to my shame. The lady is dead upon mine and my master's false accusation. And briefly, I could want no more than the reward of a villain.
Runs not this speech like iron through your blood?
I have drunk poison whilst he uttered it.
But did my brother set you onto this?
Yea, and paid me richly for the practice of it.
Sweet hero.
Come, the sexton hath already reformed singularly enough with the men. And masters, do not forget to specify that I am a coxcomb. Art thou the slave that with thy breath hast killed my innocent child?
Yea, even I alone.
No, not so, villain. Thou beliest thyself. Here stand a pair of honorable men. A third is fled that had a hand in it. I thank ye for the death of my daughter. 'Twas bravely done, if you think so of it.
Choose your revenge upon me, yet sin I not, but in mistaking.
By my soul, nor I.
I cannot bid you bid my daughter live, but I pray witnesses all the people in Messina here, how innocent she died. And if your love can aught inside invention, hang an epitaph upon her tomb. Then sing it her bones. Sing it tonight. Tomorrow, come to my house, and since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My brother hath a daughter, and she holds heir to both of us. So dies my revenge.
O noble sir, your overkindness doth bring tears in me. I will marry your niece.
This naughty man shall face to face be brought to Margaret, whom I believe was wrapped up in all this wrongdoing, hired to it by your brother.
No, by my soul she was not, nor knew not what she did when she spoke to me.
I thank thee for thy cares and honest pains. Here's for thy pains. God save the foundation. Go. I discharge thee and I thank thee. I leave it ere it leave with your worship, which I beseech your worship to correct for the example of others. God save your worship. I wish your worship well. God restore you with health. And if a merry meeting may be wished, God will grant.
Farewell, my lords. We look for you tomorrow.
We will not fail.
Tonight I'll mourn with hero. done to death by slanderous tongues, was the hero that here lies. Death in guerdon of her wrongs gives her fame which never dies. So the life that died with shame lives in death with glorious fame. Now unto thy bones good night. Yearly will I do this right.
Good morrow, masters. Put your torches out. The wolves have preyed, and look, the gentle day before the wheels of Phoebus before dapples the drowsy east with spots of gray. Come, let us hence, and put on other weeds, and then to Leonardo's will we go.
I pray thee, sweet Mistress Margaret, deserve well at my hand by aiding me to the speech of Beatrice.
Will you then write me a sonnet in praise of my beauty?
In so high a style, Margaret, that no man living shall come over it. For in most comely truth thou deservest it.
Well, I will call Beatrice to you.
The God of love that sits above and knows me, me, how pitiful I deserve. I mean in singing, but in loving. They were never so turned over and over as my poor self in love. I cannot say it in rhyme. I have tried. No, I was not born under a rhyming planet, nor I cannot woo in festival terms. Fair Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I called thee?
Yea, senor, and depart when you bid me.
Oh, stay but till then.
That is spoken very well. And yet, ere I go, let me go with that I came, which is with knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I shall kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore, I will depart unkissed.
I must tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my challenge, and I must shortly hear from him, or I will subscribe him a coward. And now, tell me, for which of my bad parts didst thou first fall in love?
For all of them together that maintain so complete a state of evil that they will not admit any good part to intermingle with them. But for which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love, a good epithet, for truly I do love thee against my will.
In spite of thy heart, I think, alas, poor heart.
Thou and I are too wise to woo peaceably. And now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill too.
Serve God, love me, and mend. And thereupon I shall leave thee, for here comes one in haste.
falsely accused, the Prince and Claudio mightily abused, and Don John is the author of all who's fled and gone. Will you come presently? Will you come here this news, senor?
I will live in thy arms, die in thy lap, and be buried in thy eyes. And moreover, I will go with thee to thy uncle's.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
So will the Prince and Claudio, who accused her.
Well, I'm just glad all things worked out.
As am I, being else by faith and forced to bring young Claudio to a reckoning for it.
Well, daughter and gentlewoman all, withdraw into a chamber by yourselves, and when I call for you, come hither masked.
Friar, I must entreat your pains, I think.
To do what, sir?
To bind me or undo me, one of them. Signor Leonato, it is very true that your niece Beatrice regards me with an eye of favor.
That I, my daughter, lent her is most true.
And I do with an eye of love requite her.
The sight whereof I think you got from me, from Claudio and the Prince. But what's your will?
Your answer, sir, is enigmatical. But for my will is your good will may stand with ours to be conjoined in honorable marriage this day. And therein, friar, I shall need thy help.
My heart is with your liking.
And my health. Here comes the Prince and Claudio.
Good morrow to this fair assembly.
Good morrow, Prince. Good morrow, Claudio. We here attend you. Are you yet determined today to marry with my brother's daughter?
I'll hold my mind.
Call her forth. Here is the bride ready.
Which is the lady I must seize upon?
The same as she, and I do give you her.
Sweet, let me see your face.
No, not till you shall stand before this friar and swear to marry her.
Give me your hand before this holy friar. I am your husband, if you like me.
When I lived, I was your other wife, and when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero!
One hero died defiled, and I do live, and surely as I live, I am a maid.
The former hero. Hero that is dead.
All of this amazement I can qualify. Where after the holy rites are ended, I will tell you all of fair hero's death. Now, to the chapel, let us presently.
Soft and fair, friar. Which is Beatrice?
I answer to that name. What is your will?
Do not you love me?
Why, no more than reason.
Why then, your uncle and the Prince and Claudio have been deceived, for they swore you did.
Do not you love me?
Troth, no. No more than reason.
Why then, my cousin, Margaret, and Ursula are much deceived, for they did swear you did.
They swore you were almost sick for me.
They swore you were well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no such matter. Then you do not love me?
No, truly, but in friendly recompense.
Come, cousin. I'm sure you love the gentleman.
And I'll be sworn upon it that he loves her. For here is a paper from his own pure grace, fashioned to Beatrice.
And here's another, written by cousin's hand, stolen from her pocket, containing her affection unto Benedict.
A miracle! Here's our own hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee, but by this light I take thee for pity.
I will not deny you, but by this day I yield upon great persuasion, and partly to save your life, for I was told you were in a consumption.
Peace.
How now, Benedict, the married man?
I'll tell thee what, Prince. A college of witcrackers could not flout me out of my humor. In brief, since I do purpose to marry, I will hear nothing that the world may say against it. So, flout not at me for what I have said against it. For man is a giddy thing, and this is my conclusion. For thy part, Claudio, I did think to have beaten thee.
But, in that thou art like to be kinsman,
Live unbruised.
and love my cousin.
Come, come, we are friends. Let's have a dance ere we are married, that we may lighten our hearts at our wives' heels. Prince, thou art sad. Get thee a wife. Get thee a wife.
My lord, your brother John has taken in flight and brought with armed men back to Messina.
Think not on him till tomorrow. I'll devise thee brave punishments for him. Strike up, pipers!